And welcome back to Bible Journaling 66 and episode 2 of the book of Revelation. In our first episode, we saw the history of the church in the 7 churches of chapters 2 and 3 of Revelation. And as we come to chapter 4, the question naturally arises, where is the church after chapter 4 through the rest of the book of Revelation? There is no mention of the church again until we return with him in chapter 19. To some, this is definite evidence of a pre-tribulation rapture. We will see the church again, but she is no longer the church. She is the bride of Christ, adorned in white linen, which represents the salvation of the Lord. So let us begin Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was, as it were, of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. John is told to come up to heaven, and we find ourselves in the throne room of heaven. John is raptured into the presence of God and is told he will see the future. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And then he describes what he sees in verse 4. And round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. There are different opinions surrounding who the 24 elders are. Some scholars believe they represent the church, while others would say the 24 elders represent the 12 tribes of Israel combined with the 12 apostles representing the church, representing how God has bridged the gap between the old covenant and the new. Honestly, we don't know for certain now, but we shall someday. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunders and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. Note, these are the same 7 lamps that John saw around Jesus when he was on the island of Patmos. In verses 6 through 11, the 4 living creatures are quite similar in their description to the seraphim of Isaiah chapter 6, verse 2. The angelic host and the redeemed believers are worshiping the triune God. Note the phrase in verse 8, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was, and is to come. In chapter 5, the scroll with 7 seals is revealed. And among the angels and the 24 elders, no one is found to open the scroll, and John begins to weep. Verse 5 of chapter 5 tells us that the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, is worthy to open the seals. And in verses 6 through 14, we are shown the Lamb that was slain took the scroll, and the 4 angels and the 24 elders worshipped the Lamb. Thank you for watching. Next week, Chapter 6. The seals are opened. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, Maranatha.